Ladies and gentlemen, good morning if you're in Europe, good evening if you're in Australia, and good night if you're in America. Welcome to the Global Series, Tier number 1, Season 2, Race 3. We're in Italy, the fast-paced track, one of the quickest average speed tracks of the calendar, of course. We have 17 drivers here this evening, and I'm sure we have a mini treat for you all. There is no rain, that is confirmed by a couple of the drivers, and yeah, welcome to. Let's see who's going on a couple of outlaps early doors. Zero's the first one. What we'll do, as per usual, I did miss last week. I had an event, but I was here for Australia, as I'm sure all of you remember. We're going to take you on a lap of Italy, then we'll go through the drivers and constructors standings and a couple of predictions, expectations for this morning as we prepare ourselves for a Italian Grand Prix. And as you'll find out very shortly, the standings are actually quite close, as expected, after only having 2 races. Thank you to everyone joining the chat as well. Hello to Young Wax, he's one of the drivers this morning. A couple of drivers going out on the hards and mediums early on. I'm not quite sure what the strategy is, but I'm pretty sure it's not too bad on the tyres. So we're probably expecting maybe a soft to medium, maybe some VSCs and safety cars as well, as is apparent of this new Formula 1 update that came out a couple of weeks ago. But let's take you on a lap of Italy with Mr. Ozone Zero. Start finish straight, really long. DRS zone, really tough braking zone down into a first chicane. And you've got to find that absolutely perfect, which Zero kind of did. Turns 1 and 2 are there. Round the Curva Grande. Turn number 3. Watch the curb on the right. Can be a tiny bit slippy. Down to the second chicane. The rockier section. Turn 4 and 5 are here. Might see a couple of moves in there today. Turn number 6 is this right-hander. Turn number 7 is the next right-hander. This is the Lesmo section. Pretty decent sized straight down to the next section. You've got a DRS zone to help with any overtakes down here as well. Under the bridge is the second sector time. And this is the Ascari section. Turns 8 to the left, 9 to the right, and 10 to the left. Down the next straight, down to, of course, the famous Parabolica section. 170 degrees right turn, and you see the drivers in real life taking all that curb on the left hand side, which they introduced, but we just have the green section in game. Just after the DRS zone is the start finish line, and Marco Botta sets a provisional time of a 19.998. I'm sure there is much quicker to come so far. Seppi sector 20.2 on the soft tyres. Brayley 21.1. Actually, Zero invalidated somewhere on that lap, so he's going to have to go again. Vale Beast goes P5 initially, 21.562. Chris, third, 24.57, drops to fourth, as Gamenberger puts in a time, 20.224. A couple of times coming in, 14 minutes to go quali. And this quali could be pretty important for their track position. Let's see who else is on a fast lap. VTOD he sets a 20.8, goes P5 for the moment. Gaming Wafer is coming around to Parabolica, clips that right hand curb, probably not a curb you want to use. I need to take a game chat off, which I will do very quickly. I apologise, as he sets the provisional pole time. Apologies, ladies and gentlemen, the audio should be sorted now. I'm just going to play the stream back just to double check. Yes, we are good. Right, hopefully you heard everything I said before. Chain game well is on a fast lap, down to be turns 4 and 5, second chicane. We'll remain on board with the Red Bull driver, and then we'll go through some of the standings of, no, that was the Scour section, my bad, turns 8, 9 and 10. Down to Parabolica, last turn before he puts his first time in on the soft compounded tyres. Not looking too bad through that. In his Red Bull, he's got a 19.7 to take provisional pole. Is he anywhere close to it? 19.7 he goes. 7.41 compared to 7.56. 15 milliseconds quicker, takes provisional pole. Let's have a look at the driver standings. Chris, 28. Gaming Wafer, 28. Sten, 27. He isn't here this morning. I'm going to keep saying this morning for UK time. Chain Game Wild 25, Marco Botta 21, Dr. Dre 19, Zeffy 12, Todd 10 points. So they're your top 8, quite close at the moment. Constructors, Red Bull 44, Williams 38, Haas 31, and Toro Rosso 30. So only 14 points separating the top 4. Which is interesting. Here's a stat for you. Chris and the Gaming Wafer, who are both on 28 points, have not won a race yet. Chris has had a 4th and a 3rd in Australia and Britain. Gaming Wafer's had a 2nd and a 5th. The reason why Sten's on 27 points is, although he got 9th in Silverstone, he did get a win in the first ever race this season. Chain Game Well also got a win in Silverstone, but DNF'd in Australia, reason why he's on 25 points. Yeah, interesting, and we'll have to keep an eye on that as the race goes on this morning, this afternoon, this evening, wherever you are. Marco Botta sets a new provisional time for 19.583. That's the time to beat at the moment, with just over 10 minutes left of qualifying. Zero is starting his new lap, and we have a bit of a rev glitch with the Toro Rosso, which is fun to see. Yes, love that. Let's remain on board. I think Nunny's about to post his first time, which is a 20.7. He goes from no time to P10 for the moment. Dr. Dre sets his time, 20.324. He goes P8. Zeffy begins his new fast lap on a fresh set of softs, and we can remain on board with the Alfa Romeo as he completes his lap. The first chicane went okay. Curva Grande using that curve, got to be very careful though. A couple of connection issues with the Alfa Romeo, but I'm sure we'll be okay. Second chicane section, so he's positioning his car quite in the middle of the track. Normally a lot of drivers tend to use the outside a little bit more. Through Lesmo, turn number 7, using as much curve as he possibly can. Maybe taking it wide would save him a little bit more time, but I'm sure Zeffy knows what he's doing in his car. Through a Scouri, CV, so he cuts the left one quite nicely, losing the back end a tiny bit through the middle section, but he's okay. Out he goes, one more turn, one more big turn to go, and we'll see if he improves on his time. 9 minutes of quali left, we've had half a time, and we're into the 19s already. We'll see if that 19 can drop any more. And Zeffy comes across the line, goes from P7 to P4. Young Lights has slotted himself into P5. Strauss, the other Alpha from Zeffy, has slotted himself into P6. And VTOD is a little bit up on his time, so it will be an improvement, but he'll need to improve a little bit more than 200ths if he wants to move from P12. As he moves his car over to the left hand side of the track nice and early, just to prepare himself for the final Parabolica, of which looks pretty clean to be fair. He needs to beat a 20.8 to beat his time. He goes 20.4, and that only moves in 2 positions though. Gaming Burger is on a
I think he's a little bit down on his time, but we'll wait until he goes down the next section to see if he is improving on his time in for McLaren. Who's his teammate today? Is it Marco Botta? Nope. It's Young Lights is Gamenberger's teammate. So he is over half a second up on his time, which could potentially put him second place. We shall see when he does one more corner. Very, very interesting. If he does really well here, he could move up more than expected if his half attempt was correct on screen. He whacks for DRS on, goes from P9 to P2, and Gaming Wafer at the same time puts in the latest fast lap, or quickest lap, of a 1 minute 19.278. Are we going to see a time in the 18s? We shall see. Strauss is on a lap. He's up on his time by 1/10, but he's down 3/10 in the second sector, so maybe he's not going as fast. Rogue Flash is setting himself up for another fast lap. No, he's not. He's coming into the pits, and he's P13 at the moment. He'll want to improve that with 6.5 minutes to go. Ferry Sam is a little bit on the slower side, so hopefully he can improve. Teddy's butt. Oh, God's sake. Teddy's butt. We need some Italian quotes this evening, Fishy. Looking not too bad is Ferry through turn number 7. He's looking a little bit quicker than that 22.6 he posted in early on. Let's go with a bit of a dynamic view through the Escauri section. Looking okay, not too unsteady as I save it. And down he goes. And let's see how far he can move up the grid from P70. So, crosses the line, he's looking to get faster at 21.5, he goes 20.2, so he goes from P17 to P10, so good for Ferry. He's got time to pit and come out again. Dr. Dre is apparently 4/10 up, which would could potentially put him P6, depending on how good this Parabolica is. Not looking too bad. We'll see how much he can improve from P11. Crosses the line, goes P5. Not a bad lap by Dr. Dre. Quicker laps are coming in here and now. It is quite early for some of us UK and Europeans, so not many people would have had too much time to come on and practice. As you can see, I'm still quite still waking up. A couple of yawns. Zeffy has begun probably his final fast lap of the session. As well, I mean, a couple of problems with the connection of the Alpha Male. There's a cheeky yellow flag in set to 1 and 3. People getting out of each other's way. Ferry's now dropped down to 12th, 10th. Nunny is saving his battery for a lap a little bit later on. Maybe it was invalidated early on. We've got to catch out who's going to be doing a lap first. So Chengenwell might be, but his battery's a little bit low. I think he's got time to come into the pits and quickly do a change, which he is doing. Marco Botta, is this a fast lap? It might be, it might not be. I don't think it is. He's hugging the inside line. He's going to change his tyres at the end. Dr. Dre's coming in as well. Lots of drivers coming in for their final change. As long as they go out with 2 minutes to go, they should be just about alright. The Alpha Male Seppi is going to cross the line. Has he improved over 1:19.996? He has by 3.5 attempts. He goes P5 now. 2 places up from P7. Did I say P9 or P7? I can't remember. But he's gone up to P5. Banana Cape Point. Just a tiny bit down on his time. And he'll need to, if he can cut off even maybe a 10th, he can go up 2 places. So let's see what he can do. 216 miles an hour down to Escauri in his racing point. That's pretty quick. He's also getting a pull of Todd as well, which is really helping him. And, excuse me, he's actually probably using that to his benefit. And we'll see if he's improved on his time. 20.169 is the beat. He goes 20.5, 6 temps up. Goes from P11 to P4. Thank you to V Todd for a little bit of slipstreaming there. Zero in his Toro Rosso. This is probably his final opportunity. Cuts a corner of turn 10. I'm pretty sure that lap would have been invalidated, and yes, it was. Rogue Flash has gone from P16 to P14. He's gonna hopefully save his battery and have one more opportunity. Quite difficult to save your battery here though, because I mean, where can you save it? It's all high power stuff. A couple of cars are on their outlaps. The first one to cross will be Gaming Wafer, to start his fast lap. So we can remain on board with the Toro Rosso, and we'll do a full lap on board. That is much better if we have good connection, which we do. I was talking to Crofty, said you're a better comment. Yes, I am. First chicane. Not too shabby. Maybe a little tiny bit tentative on the exit, but okay. Curva Grande. Oh, it just scares me when people go on that curve, and the only reason is I was on the 50th lap of the Italian Grand Prix, and I went on that curve in career mode, and I spun. It just has bad memories. Down, turn 6 and 7, using as much of those tyres and traction as he possibly can. Banana Cake Pie with tyres. He's happy with his time. DRS on for Gaming Wafer down to the Ascari section. I didn't even check what his first sector time was, but his second sector time, he's 1.5 temps up. He's looking pretty good to maybe hit the 18s. Takes a lot of curve of 9, a lot of curve of 10. Nearly unsettles the car. Has that lost him some time? We can only find out. He's still validated, so that's good. Is he getting a slipstream or dirty air from the car in front? I have no idea. Round Parabolica. Why is Discord trying to ring me? I have no idea. Through the DRS zone, he crosses the line. He's down on his time, so maybe that spin out of Ascari didn't really help the man, and he settles for his 19.278. Marco Botta and Chain Game Wow. Sorry. Why is his time not coming up? I've no idea, but it has come up, and he's now pole. Marco Botta 1:19.164, and it's not telling me what lap times the drivers are on, guys. So I don't really know how good the Red Bull Chain's doing, but he needs to beat, a 1:19.164 to take pole position. If he doesn't, Marco Botta is your pole sitter, unless Gaming Burger can do anything about it. He's up on his time only by a quarter of a second actually, so that's 5:47.37. So Gaming Burger might take a top 3 here. The Red Bull Chain Well crosses the line, and it's pole for now. 19.036. We didn't see the 18s, but we have seen a low 19, and Gaming Wafer has invalidated his time and slowed down a little bit. So Gaming Wafer completes the top 3. Gaming Burger goes P5. Chris can't improve on 16, I don't think, as Williams is facing the wrong way. And that is the end of qualifying in Italy. And Chain Game Wow has taken pole position here in the country of coronavirus at the moment. So there we go. We'll just wait for the drivers to get back into the pits. We'll get ready for the formation lap. What's your thoughts of Bahrain being raced behind closed doors? Feel bad for people who pay for tickets and flights. Interesting, because I was actually going to buy the £800 package of flights, accommodation and stuff with my granddad a couple of weeks ago, but we said no, we'll do Silverstone and one place else instead. So luckily we didn't do it. Yeah, closed doors is fine. It's better than not doing it at all. They should have done that with China as well, but oh well. Chain Game Well, Bearer, your standards, Chain Game Well, taking the pole spot, Michael Botter gaming away for Dr. Dre, Gaming Burger, Young Lights behind him, completing the top 6, respectively. Banana Cake Pie, best of the rest in P7. Zephy, Alpha Male 8th, Nunny 9th, and Zero completing the top 10. A couple of drivers below them, you can see Ferry, Todd, Brady, Strauss, Rogue Flash, Chris, and Mr. Beast are the times. Quite a competitive grid. The first 13 drivers only separated by 1 second, so less than less than a tenth is the average gap between each other. Robin Creef with a perfect lap, he says, whether that's sarcastic or absolutely true. I don't know people by names yet. Good choice. Let the drivers have a minute of a mini break before we get into the formation lap. It's going to be an interesting one. We'll see what happens. We have the one red line. A couple of cars will be still on the grid, I think. Are we all taking part in the formation lap? Love to see it, ladies and gentlemen. We are all taking part in the formation lap. Yes. Love that. Right, top 10, left side. Soft tyres. Soft tyres also for Braley in 13th. Chris and Valbeath bottom 2. Mediums for Ferry, Todd, Strauss. And a hard set of tyres for Rogue Flash. And what we'll do, probably expected a one stop, 27 laps of just pure speed, to be honest. Will be interesting to see what happens down into the first chicane, even the second chicane. And will anyone spin off at Curva Grande? Will anyone spin off through Parabolica? Will anyone take too much Curva Riscari? We'll find out. It's all going to unveil under our eyes. Thank you for tuning in as well. The Elite Series is going on, but I won't advertise that too much because I'd rather you be here, of course. Obviously. I wonder if I'll just have a quick check of the Elite Series actually, just to see if they got any rain. We've got full drive this evening, ladies and gentlemen. So nothing to worry about the weather in any way, shape or form. And it is dry for them as well, which is interesting. Chain Game Wars nicely leading for Puck, slowly through Parabolica to get his car fully warmed up, where the AI takes over as they form a grid. This is race number 3 of number 16. We've got a long way to go, ladies and gentlemen, but this season will take us probably pretty close to the release date of F1 2020. No commentators curse, but let's hope we do not get a likes glitch. That would be ridiculous and a bit unfortunate, as we will see what occurs. 17 drivers. How many will be left at the end is a question. How many safety cars will we have? That's also another question, and we will find out. So let's, ladies and gentlemen, let's get this show on a road. We have that man with the green flag walking at the back of the grid. It's time for the Italian Grand Prix. It's already lights out and away we go. Chain Game Well gets a very good start, making good progress down to turn 1. Vereno Michael Bottom tucking in behind. There's a Toro Rosso wheel to wheel, gaming way for aside him. And there's a McLaren already spinning off, and I don't know who that was. It was actually Young Lights. Chain Game Well leads up the Curva Grande. Still got yellow flags in sector 1. No safety cars yet. Marco Bottom leads behind. Toro Rosso gaming way for behind him. Might make a move down into turns 3 and 4, the second chicane section. He doesn't. Dr. Dre, Red Bull tucked in behind. Gaming Burger makes a move on Zeppi. That might have cost Zeppi 2 places. Banana Cake Pie has a bit of momentum down to the Lesmo section. And so far, not too bad apart from the slight incident at turn 1. with Young Lights now in last place. Todd completed the top 10, Brady 11th, Strauss P12, Chris 13th with the yellow flag at the back, and that's, who is it? That's Ferry and Vale Beast going round, both of them, the Haas and the Renault driver, both going off. I'm not sure what the damage levels are, but we'll check that, we'll make sure we're not missing anything at the front. Chain game while lead, through Parabolica, can't speak this morning. Now, Marco Bottas shortly behind by less than half a second. Gaming Wafer, third, Dr. Dre, Gaming Burger, Zephy completing your top 6. Brayley might have just made the move on Todd, and Chainkamal leads us onto lap 2. And Vile Beast and Ferry at the back have lots of work to do. Down into turn 1 for the second time, and no immediate contact from the drivers until there's an Alfa Romeo of Zephy that loses the back end, whether it's by contact or self-control, I'm not too sure. Todd gets past him as well, so Zephy drops from 6th or 7th down to P11 after turn 1. Turn 1 causing some drivers a few problems. Marco Botta gets a pretty good exit off a second chicane down to turn 6. Thought about making a move on the Red Bull driver, didn't quite do so. That invites Gaming Wafer with both two scrapping a little bit into the mix. Dr. Dre will be hoping to capitalise on that as well. Down to the Ascari section. All the gaps pretty close. Leader gap on your left hand side. Look at that. 1st to 15th is only 8 seconds as Marco Botta makes a move through the start of the Ascari section, and he now leads the Italian Grand Prix. Was that coming? I don't know, but Chain Game Wow might have lost some momentum. Maybe not. Gaming Wafer lost some momentum, and Dr. Dre in the Red Bull now takes P3. Only for now. The Red Bulls both 2nd and 3rd respectively. Gaming Wafer might have had a decent exit out of Parabolica. If he can get some slipstream from Dr. Dre down the start from the straight, he might think about an overtake. No DRS yet, of course. That should come in very, very soon. He might make a dive bomb into turn 1. He breaks as late as he possibly can. Dr. Dre gives him the room he requires, and Gaming Wafer, he's now into P3 for the moment. Not too bad. Good racing so far into turn 1. I don't think there was any other overtakes. I don't see any arrows popping up. And yeah, so Ferry's pitted for a set of hards. He should be able to go to the end as Marco Botta leads the pack through the second chicane, led by Chain Game Wild, Gaming Wafer in the top 3, Dr. Dre, Gaming Burger, Banana Cake Pie, and his teammate Nunny in 7th place respectively. Pretty intense start to this Italian Grand Prix, as we expect and want. Ferry has work to do. He needs a safety car for his race to improve. Rogue Flash gets an overtake on Young Lights down to the Ascari section. That looks pretty, I want to say self-explanatory. It's probably not the right term. As the car has gone off, it's Brayley on the end of the Ascari section. He's probably taken too much curb, or there's been some contact, and he is now in 15th place, and I think he's missing an end plate or two. Yes, left end plate he's missing, so he's going to have to pit. And can he do it on mediums from here? No idea. Marco Botta leads us onto lap 4. You can see how close that pack are between 1st and 8th. It looks like a car centipede. Chain Game Well, 2nd place. Game away for 3rd. Dr. Dre, 4th. There's no point in reading the rest because they've actually all stayed the same. Chris has made his way into the top 10. Let's have a review of the position changes. Marco Botta and Chain Game Well have swapped up 1, down 1 respectively. 3rd, 4th and 5th have stayed the same. Balana's up 1, Nunny's up 2, Zero's up 2, Todd up 3, Chris is up 6 already. What tyres is he on? Softs. Strauss is up 3, Rogue Flash is up 3, Young Lights is down 7. What happened in turn 1? Zeph is down 7. Velbeast is up 3, Brady and Ferry down 3 and 6 respectively. So drivers have a lot of work to do. The bottom 3 have stopped, and we will see what that means for them. Medium, hard and hard have changed. Gaming Wafer might have just... Oh, never mind. The Red Bulls swap. Dr. Dre obviously have the momentum. They are teammates, so if a car's going to go past, I'm sure they'll let each other pass easily. They don't want to lose too much time with cars very close behind. However, Chain Game Well might have enough pace and speed to get past his teammate, but he's saving his battery. He's got to be careful when he's doing that, because He doesn't want to overtake his teammate, but he doesn't want to lose the position to Gaming Burger either. So he's got to be very careful when he does that. I'm going to try and give everyone screen time as best as I possibly can, but although midfield battles are cool, they're not fighting for 25 points at the start, so we just got to be careful. Young Lights is making his way back up the grid. He overtakes for Merc of Road Clash. He's now into P12, but he's got one more pit stop to go. I don't think he's pitted actually. So going from quite high up to last into now 12, Young Lights is trying his best to make an insane comeback in the Italian Grand Prix. Famous last words, can he do oh, apologies, I sneezed. Can he make that insane comeback? We will find out. I don't have coronavirus, don't worry. Marco Botta, since he overtook the gaming wafer, since he overtook Chain Game Wow, Chain Game Wow's dropped 3 places. He had the quali pace as well. Maybe he's just settling into the race pace a little bit. As we're on to lap now 6. We've got 22 individual laps to go. We've still got a very close pack at the front. First to 8th is only 4 seconds, as I think Nunny just made a move on the Toro Rosso, and he has. The Racing Point going into P7 into the first chicane. So we had 1 overtake, we might have had 2. Young Lights and Rogue Flash having a bit of a scrap down to turn, the first chicane again. And Young Lights keeps that position for now as they head past Kerbergrad. Dr. Dre literally touching the gearbox of Gaming Wafer through the Lesmo section. And pulls away a little bit, but he will have DRS down to Ascawi. But I think so will Gaming Wafer on the car in front. He shouldn't do. There's a yellow flag in the pit lane, and Brady has retired. Unlucky for Brady, it was a tough start for him, but he's done the good thing of retiring in the pit lane and then leaving the session. So unlucky for Brady, we will see him next week in Belgium, and hopefully he can do a little bit better and get a little bit more fortunate. Gaming Wafer struggling for a little bit of outbound traction from Parabolica. But I'm sure he'll be alright down the straight. Actually, commentator's curse, I don't think he will be alright. The Red Bull's going to go to the right hand side of the Toro Rosso, and Dr. Dre is going to lead into the P2 position, into the first chicane. And oh wait, I just sneezed and I blinked, obviously, because you can't sneeze without blinking, and Dr. Dre has gone from P2 to P7. So I'm guessing he lost it on a curb in the first chicane. I can't stop sneezing. And yeah, I mean, it hasn't changed this race horribly, but it has changed it a little bit. And yeah, how the race can change. Marco Botta is now 3 seconds ahead from that. So Marco Botta is probably sat there laughing right now in his car. And he can start working on saving that battery a little bit, saving that fuel, maybe even just for one whole lap, and get that back up. I'm not sure how many laps the soft tyres can do. I can't stop sneezing, but we'll see. I'm just going to plug a couple of chargers in, ladies and gentlemen, so things don't die on us halfway through the race. If I miss anything, I do apologise sincerely. There we go. Right, I'm back. Right, the Racing Points have really benefited at the moment because they're now 3rd and 4th. Gaming Mirror has obviously pitted on the medium tyres, which means he's attempting a basic undercut. Strauss is in P8 now. Zeppi's gone up one as Germenberger now comes out of the pits, and he's going to come out in 14th or 15th place. Be 14th place as Valbees goes a little bit wide into the first chicane. So that's how tight the packs are, ladies and gentlemen. You pit and you come out basically 15th. which is interesting. Ferry needs a safety car. If he gets a safety car right now, he won't be in a bad spot. But I don't think there will be one. We're expecting the rest of a soft tyre gang to start pitting. Very, very soon. There's a yellow flag in sector 3. Bit of contact between Young Lights and Road Flash. This is a really intense battle. We've been going for most of the race. For Merc won't make a move before Parabolica, but can he make a move after Parabolica? He breaks as late as he can, nearly into the back of the McLaren. Marco Botta gets a 3-second time penalty. That might affect his race. Young Lights tries to fake a pit stop, but I think his teammate went it. Oh wait, I don't know. Why did he try and fake a pit stop? I'm sure he knows that Road Flash is on hard. Road Flash, he's going to try and make a move down the inside. Push, he taps for McLaren on the right hand side. And the McLaren of Young Lights tries to squeeze him out, which is probably fair enough. Pretty tough racing between both of them. But the Merc has just about got past. The McLaren is struggling for battery. Road Flash has got battery. McLaren might make a dive into the second chicane. He doesn't. Tucks him behind. Road Flash goes a tiny bit wide onto the gravel. Loses the back end a tiny bit onto the left hand side of the track. And the McLaren tucks in through Lesmo. And now he takes the P10 back. What a little scrap this is. Oh, the scrap has ended as we go off it to concentrate at the top. And I just see a McLaren losing his car into the wall after turn 7. And Young Lights, he's now out of the Italian Grand Prix. I'm not sure how that is not a safety car, but it's probably because the car will be disconnected before that Alpha gets there, which it was. So that's why there wasn't a safety car, but we started with 17, we've lost 2. The 2 racing points are technically leading this Grand Prix, but talking netly, they do need to pit, and we'll see what that means. They lead the gap for Bone to Michael Botto's 18 seconds. They can't do a double stack, so one of them's going to have to pit now, one of them's going to have to pit after. Sorry. I was just trying to read a couple of the chats just to try and keep on top, but it won't refresh. I'm surprised Sector's starting on the hardest in one stop is mediums and soft. Zach Brown's not happy. Zach Brown's never happy. Ferry is trying to work his way back up. Dr. Dre makes a move on Zeppi inside of turn number 6, but he goes wide. But the Alpha Male still tucks in through turn 7. Dr. Dre is now in the top 10. So one of the racing points pitted. He came out 8th, but net 3rd because Chris will now have to pit as soon as possible. Nunny and Ozone Zero now pit on lap number 10, having done 10 laps of their softs. That's probably the limit they can do. They come in, nice watch for mediums, and out he goes. Does he come out in front of the Toro Rosso? Yes, he does. Nunny is, let's see where he's going to come out. I think he's actually going to come out, oh, I don't know, he might come out in front of his teammate. It might be a little bit close between the 2 racing points. No, it won't. Nunny comes out in 4th place, and he's got a lap newer tyres as well. So that's a good pit stop for Nunny. The 2 racing points, 4th and 5th respectively. Gaming Burger 6-0, Zero 7th. So Gaming Wafer 3rd, Marco Botta 2nd, Todd is 1st, but he needs to pit. So I don't think he could do 26 laps on mediums, but he may try. Ooh, Shroud's taking the first chicane a little bit wider than usual, but it's okay. Fastest lap so far is a 23.5 by Gaming Wafer. Will we see quicker than that later on? Who knows? We are yet to find out. So, when Todd crosses the line very, very shortly, we will have 16 laps of the Italian Grand Prix to go, as Val Beast has had an incident into it's not the first chicane, it's after curve grinder, so that's a second chicane. He's back around now, but he's lost a heck of a lot of time, and that might be his outside of a top 10 finish booked in, which he won't really like. But unfortunate for the Red Oak driver, no one was near him, so that's a human error for him. 2 racing points doing well so far. Nunny's got work to do to decrease that 3-second gap to Gaming Wafer. His teammates doing well behind. Gaming Burger will be looking to make a move soon. Dr. Dre is on the gearbox of 0. He might make a move into the second chicane. Can he dare to break as late as he can? Takes as much of the inside as possible. They were wheel to wheel through the second chicane, and the wheel to wheel down to Lesmo. But the Red Bull Dr. Dre has the inside line, and he finally gets that move on the Toro Rosso. Good racing from the pair of them. Dr. Dre just about comes through to Lesmo. Toro Rosso will have DRS down to Ascari. Will he be able to get that position back? He's looking pretty quick. He's going to make a move to the left hand side. For Red Bull can't really do much. And through Ascari, the Toro Rosso takes a lot of curve of 8 just to confirm that position. A lot of curve of 10 as well. As the Gaming Burger and Banana Cake were having a bit of a scrap. Gaming Burger attempted to get past the racing point, but he just couldn't quite do it. Round Parabolica, this mini pack of 4 goes, and will there be some overtakes down the straight? Gaming Wafer sets the new fastest lap, but these drivers behind each other may have a better chance. The racing point and the McLaren and wheel to wheel down the start for this straight. Gaming Burger has the speed. He tucks in front. The racing point moves to the right hand side, so Ozone and Toro Rosso could come to the left hand side. Through the first chicane on lap number 13. Ozone in 6th, Banana Cake 7th, Dr. Dre in 8th. So Banana Cake Pie got that position back on Dr. Dre, and we'll see if this mini pack of 4 can try and get those positions that they lost between each other back. But a really great half a lap of scrapping between these 4 drivers. Let's not forget Gaming Wafer's chase of Marco Botta. The Todd will have to pit, and if he doesn't pit, if he can try and somehow get those mediums to the end, where will he finish? We will find out. The problem for Marco Botta is Gaming Wafer is going to have some consistent DRS unless he can pull a second away, which is looking very unlikely. Gaming Burger gets a 3-second time penalty at the start of Ascari. That's not going to help him out at all. If anything, that might cost him dearly. I'm going to keep an eye on the Gaming Wafer and Marco Botta. The gap is 6.5 tenths, and Gaming Wafer will have DRS for the next probably 10 to 15 seconds, where the gap will close to 4 tenths. To 3 tenths. He won't have enough room, but we'll see. 0 sets the new fastest lap so far in 6th place. Extra point for him, I'm sure we'll see quicker. And Marco Botta seems to be doing pretty well outside the DRS zones. Every time Gaming Wafer doesn't have a DRS assistance, Marco Botta increases the gap. So the only way Gaming Wafer is catching him here is straight line stuff. Banana Cake, and is very close to 0. Nearly taps the back left side of that car, but he still remains in P8 for now. So will Todd not pit, or because those tyres are pretty blunt already, to be honest? Already done 13 laps. The softs can easily do 10. Not easily, but they did 10 with a bit of blistering, so I don't know. We'll see. Just looking for to spot the next overtake. Lots of cars at the back, after basically 9th. They've all got a reasonable gap, so we won't be seeing any overtakes there. Will we be seeing any overtakes? Dr. Dre has some DRS assistance, but so does Banana Cake Pie. He's going to be really, really close. Does the Red Bull have enough power? 217 miles an hour, brakes really late, and he slots himself into P7, but he's struggling for battery. Young Lights retires in the pits and leaves the session. Wait, that was done before, wasn't it? I don't know what I've just seen. Gaming Burger might have made a move on Nunny. No, I was going to say Nuneaton, man, like the train station. Nunny into the second chicane, and Gaming Burger is now fourth. Gaming Burger has work to do because he's got a 3-second penalty. Lots of work to do for Gaming Burger. He's going to have to, if he wants a podium, he's going to have to get 3 seconds on Nunny, which might put him closer to Gaming Wafer, which is different. I'm just going to see if there's any inside information in the Global Series Discard. Couple of language, couple of bits of language. Raging at myself is Brayley. Young Lights reporting Rogue Flash apparently. Rogue Flash saying you were brake checking me every lap on the last corner. Got hit by someone at the start, lost an input of this road guy torpedoes me. I have proof. Blah 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 blah. So a couple of debates as Gaming Wafer. Oh, what's happened there? He tried to go round Marco Botta, but I think as he went round, the other driver clipped his car in the most unfortunate fashion, and his car just kept turning the wrong way. And Gaming Wafer is now down to P8. Marco Botta leads for Pat Netley. That lost him some time. Todd would have noticed that, and that would have helped him a little bit, kind of. The problem is, look at that pack now. The Renault down to the Toro Rosso, a pack of 8 again, are all so close. Take away the leading gap from Todd, 11 seconds to about 14, which is crazy. Gaming Wafer just might have just overtaken his teammate. So Gaming Wafer can have a chance of recovering that position again. Great dynamic view down to the Parabolica. Now, why can't we have more of these? And what is going to happen from here? I have no idea. Yeah, wow. Non-stop action on the Global Series this morning in Europe, this evening in Australia. Oh, the McLaren has broke way too late. Spun Marco Botta into turn 1. And that has completely destroyed Marco Botta's chance of potentially winning this Grand Prix. And it's harsh to, not harsh, but it's unfortunate to say that that was all Gaming Burger's fault, pretty clearly on the stream. And that is very unfortunate. And that is what turn 1 can do into Italy. Now, Nunny actually leads the Grand Prix. Dr. Dre second behind. The Racing Points teammate for Gaming Burger drops to 5th. The race leader actually drops from net first to 8th as Ozone goes past his teammate. Chris gets a 3-second penalty, and the fastest lap so far going to Chain Gamewell in 10th place. Wow. That is crazy. I'm just trying to get some information, ladies and gentlemen. I do apologise. Todd has now come into the pits for a pair of softs. Zeffy has come into the pits, I'm guessing, for a pair of softs. Yeah, so will we see a fastest lap from those two? The Alfa Romeo's teammate is just coming through the pit lane now. So is Chris. Zeffy's going to come out P12, but he will have soft tyres. Can he make a few moves with 10 laps remaining? We are yet to see. Where is Marco Botta? So he's gone back up to P6. And him and Gaming Burger are behind. So Gaming Burger is going to let the McLaren Renault pass. He knows he did something wrong, which he's fully admitted. And he fully will admit, of course. He's a pretty clean driver. He's just made a genuine mistake. But it might have cost Marco Botta his race win, and that is unfortunately the fact of the situation. Dr. Dre is closing in on the racing point of Nunny. They're both struggling for battery. Can they make a move? Can the Red Bull make a move down to turn number 1 and 2? He does. He goes on the inside. They both break at the same time. It's going to be really, really close. Wheel to wheel. The racing point's going to have the inside line for turn number 2, and out they go towards the Curva Grande. Really, really good driving from the pair of them. No incidents, just good driving. Dr. Dre might make a move into the second chicane, but he's really struggling for battery. There's a yellow flag in Parabolica, and that was Zeffy, but he seems to be okay. Yes, he is. No problem. Marco Botta gets past the gaming wafer until he overtakes him again. Struggling for traction now is Marco Botta. He needs to get past Gaming Wafer as soon as possible. He's got work to do. No fault of his own. Chris, 3-second time penalty. Just that invites Strauss and Zeffy to maybe a top 10 finish. Who knows? Dr. Dre will be looking to try and overtake Nunny as quickly as possible. 9 laps of this Grand Prix to go. 8 when they cross the line. Just trying to keep an eye on the interval gaps between each of the drivers. Dr. Dre is literally on the gearbox of Nunny. Sorry about the yawning. He's going to have DRS, of course, and this is a good opportunity for him. He's got just about enough battery to last him to the first chicane. He's going to move to the left-hand side. The racing point is literally defenceless. He's going to tuck him behind. And Dr. Dre now leads for Grand Prix as he brakes a little bit too late. The racing point taps him on the back just to give him a little nudge. And Dr. Dre leads out first from the 2 racing points behind, and that has invited Banana Cake into the discussion as well, which is interesting. Toro Rosso has also creeped in behind Banana Cake Pie as well. Gaming Wafer is now 6. Marco Botta got past him eventually, so Marco Botta is now in 5th from leading the race, and we'll see if he can catch up, as there is a yellow flag in sector 3 outside the Ascari section, and that's Vile Beast who's gone into the wall. He needs to kind of hurry up because he's got a fast pack approaching him. He's lost his right end plate. Banana Cake Pie and Owen Zero is off in the Ascari section. He's got traction on, so he's finding it hard to get his car back on the track, and he's gone from what, 4th or 5th? I think, to 9th. So Zero having a couple of problems from Ascari. Vile Beast retires in the pits. Unfortunate for him. Oh, the Alfa Romeo and Williams having a little bit of a tussle. The 2 cars that I have connection problems with. The Alfa Romeo is going to try and overtake without a DRS down to Parabolica, but to be sensible, he should probably just tuck him behind. He's going to try and take the outside line of Parabolica. No, he isn't. Oh, maybe he is. And you don't see that often, but he is on the soft compound tyres. And on the outside of Parabolica, the Alfa Romeo overtakes for Williams, and he has DRS. So that will help him down to the first chicane. And Zeffy is now in P9. Williams and Chris moves to the right hand side to stop the Alfa Romeo's teammate of Strauss tucking in, both wheel to wheel out of turn 2, but Chris has loads of penalties. Does Strauss know that? I have no idea. Ferry does overtake Zero coming out of the pits now, but Zero will, I'm sure, overtake him as Ferry's done 19 laps on the hard. Dr. Dre still leads for Grand Prix by 7/10 of a second. Nunny behind. His teammate 3rd, led by Marco Botta. Gaming Way for Gaming Burger. Chain Game Wow completing the top 7. Todd's on softs. Will he be able to make a few places? I'm not sure what the penalty situation are. No, Chris has got a few. Gaming Wafer might have 1, or Gaming Burger, one of them, I'm not too sure, but we will see as the race develops. Anything else in the Global Series chat? I don't see. Anyway, oh dear, what has happened here? I think Gaming Wafer had a bit of an incident Every time I go and check something, something happens. Had an incident, and now he's gone from 5th to 7th. Marco Botta and Gaming Wave having a bit of a tussle through the second chicane, and Marco Botta has lost out by Gaming Burger again, and he's now P7. I mean, I have no words. I don't know if Gaming Burger did anything wrong, because we didn't have the best view, and I'm not going to jump to assumptions. But I don't know, man. Marco Botta has lost out twice in corners that involve Mr. Gaming Burger 36, and from leading this race, but quite comfortably. He's now in 7th, and he might not even finish 7th, because Todd is coming up behind him, and he's got fresh soft tyres. So yeah, interesting. We're having a couple of catch-up problems with the Williams and Alfa drivers, so you try and stay away from those. Dr. Dre leads us on to lap 23 of 27. We have no safety. We've had no safety cars. We've had no VSCs. It's just been pure racing, and we have 5 laps to go of the Italian Grand Prix. I'm just going to take a little quick drink. There we go. Bit of orange juice to keep us awake and keep us going. Right, let's have a quick look at position changes as things settle before the stop. Dr. Dre up 3, Nunny up 7, Banana Cake Pie up 4, Gaming Burger up 1, Chain Game Wild down 4, Gaming Wafer down 3, Marco Botta down 5, but Net down 7, he was first. Todd up 4, Zeffy up down 1, Chris is up 6, but he's got a lot of penalties, and you can see the rest on your left hand side. Stops. Which screen up I on? There we go. So only 2 people are doing 2 stops. Everyone's in a 1 stop as predicted, and those are your tyres on the left hand side. Nunny has work to do if he wants to stop Dr. Dre from winning this race. He's very quick down the straight, 214 miles an hour. Chain Game Wow overtakes Gaming Burger down to the first chicane, and that could be 12 points for the Red Bull locked in. Now we're braking a little bit late. We'll see. Todd gets an overtake on Marco Botta, so Marco Botta has gone from 1st to 8th, and that was always going to happen as Todd has the soft tyres. Marco Botta's 8th is pretty much confirmed. The car behind him 16 seconds away, and we'll have to keep an eye on these two. Gaming Burger gets another 3-second penalty, so maybe Marco Botta might improve on 8th place due to penalties. Gonna have to keep an eye on these 2 drivers because Nunny fancies a Italian Grand Prix race win. There's a Williams of Chris who's facing the wrong way on Curva Grande, and there is your proof. Curva Grande can take cars, and Chris has proven my point. Not good for Chris, but thank you, Chris. Nunny is half a second behind Dr. Dre. He has 3 laps to catch the Red Bull. Can he do it? He's not going to make a dive into turn 1 here, because that would be a little bit ridiculous. But what he is going to do is pressure the Red Bull. Look at that! Dr. Dre's battery is on 10%. Nunny's was on 100 as I said that. Nunny might have saved his fuel and battery and has prepared for war at the end of this Italian Grand Prix. As for wheel to wheel through the second chicane, bit of contact from each other. I think Nunny should just stick behind the Red Bull and just wait for an opportunity on the straights. Save your battery, whack it onto the Red Bull struggling. Simple as that, really. However, he needs to balance between tucking in behind the Red Bull, but also making a good line and just staying within 3 or 4 attempts. The Williams and Chris has got off at parabolic again. Nunny is gonna try with 80% battery and 2 laps to go to make a move on this Red Bull. If he stays close to the Red Bull through Parabolica, he might have a chance of winning the Italian Grand Prix. I'm not sure if he has penalties or not. I might be lying, but I'm hopefully not. Is he gonna have enough speed? The Red Bull's literally got no battery. Is he going to make the move? Could this win him the Italian Grand Prix? He has passed the Red Bull into the first chicane. Hopefully he doesn't mess the braking up. Dr. Dre tucks him behind, taps for Racing Point on his gearbox a little bit, and round the curve of Grande he goes. Dr. Dre doesn't want to give up, but look at Nunny's battery. He's absolutely smashing the efficiency of that thing. Dr. Dre's going to move on the left hand side. Is he going to make a move down to the inside? The Racing Point stays on the outside. And just about wheel to wheel down to Lesmo. The Racing Point gets a pretty good exit. Wheel to wheel between the first and second drivers as Nunny gets his nose in through the first part of Lesmo and through the second part of Lesmo. Dr. Dre is behind and struggling with the battery levels. Hatchback overtake. Won Nunny this Italian Grand Prix. But I'm not going to say nothing yet because Dr. Dre has the DRS very, very shortly. But Nunny may have absolutely smashed it through the Lesmo section. Here, the Racing Point's teammate is only 8 tenths behind Dr. Dre. Can the Racing Point team possibly get a 1-2? Nunny could even slow Dr. Dre down at some point and maybe pull his teammate in a little bit. Racing Point Red Bull, Racing Point Red Bull at the moment. A couple of Gaming Burger or Gaming Wafer have penalties, so I'm not quite sure. Marco Botta somehow then got past Todd. We are on to the last lap of the Italian Grand Prix, and Nunny keeps a pretty good distance to Dr. Dre. The lead coordinator, of course, Banana Cake Pie, is closing on Dr. Dre. He needs to make a move. Sorry, these drivers need to try and make their move before the Ascari section because they won't have that much time during the start finish line. Zeffy somehow comes into the pits. I don't know why. Maybe it's just to retire. I've no idea. He's got 14 lapped mediums on. But we're going to remain at the front. Nunny has opened a 1.5 second gap on Dr. Dre, and he might be winning this Italian Grand Prix. Banana Cake Pie, the Racing Point's teammate. This could be a Racing Point top 2, and it's all going to unfold with one long corner to go. The Racing Point moves to the left hand side. Is he going to have the line through Parabolica? Yes, he is. Excuse me, and Nunny is going to cross the line in 27 laps of the Italian Grand Prix. He's going to win, and his teammate is also not going to come second. He's going to come fourth, and the two Red Bulls, Dr. Dre and Chenke Wild, second and third respectively. Marco Botta gets a 7th place. Bit unfortunate what happened to him. I'm sure he'll know that. Gaming Wafer gets 5th. Todd gets 6th. Gaming Burger 8th. 12th and 13th are locked in. Fastest lap is going to Todd in 6th place. So he's going to be grabbing 9 points. Not just 8. Victor Rosso and Alfa Male wheel to wheel through the finish line. Victor Rosso doesn't get it for penalties. And Strauss gets P9. Zero completes your top 10. Ferry will finish the standings in 11th. What an action-packed race. Just crazy, to be honest. Lots of incidents that will have to be looked into. Don't forget, those standings are not 100%. I don't think they're 100% what they're going to be. I don't know if Race Spec does penalties for the next race or this race. So for example, you get a 10-second pen, does it get added onto this race time or the next race time? I'm not too sure. But what a race it was, and that is why it is worth waking up at 8:30 on a Sunday morning. Those are your standings. Nunny 9th to win the Grand Prix. Dr. Dre 4th to 2nd. Only 38 minutes that Grand Prix was. How quick it was. Lots of penalties coming from the drivers. Marco Botta will have something to say on his race. Todd 12th to 6th. Strauss 14th to 9th. We lost a few cars. And those cars were Vile Beast, Rogue Flash, Young Lights and Brayley. 14th to 17th not making it. Ferry, Zero, Zeffy, Chris and Vile Beast not getting any points this morning. Excuse me. But thank you so much for watching. Next Sunday morning, the race is, I believe, Belgium. So please tune in for that. Have a fantastic day. Hope you've had a good weekend. Have a good week, and we'll see you in Spa, Francorchamps. Alright, thank you.